If you watched my video around about a month ago, you would know that from my first use of the Autobrite Direct products that I was initially very impressed with them. Today I'm going to do a little bit more testing, and after being using the products for around about a month on a variety of different vehicles, including my own, I'm going to decide whether or not I really like them enough to continue using them and perhaps try out some more of the range. And if you've not already guessed, the two products I'm going to be looking at today are going to be the Citrus Wash and the Parma Violet Snowfoam. I picked these up in my local Halfords. They cost me £12 each and both are 1 litre bottles of product. The Citrus Wash being a highly dilutable citrus pre-wash, which Autobrite Direct say is ideal for removing road grime, bug splatter, moss and mildew. And the Snowfoam being a fun twist on our popular Super Snowfoam with a vibrant purple colour and a luscious Parma Violet fragrance. So let's put these products to the test. As you can see, I've used these products on multiple different vehicles throughout the last month, and it's time for a maintenance wash on the Tiguan, which has accrued between 3 and 4 weeks worth of spring dirt and road grime. It's actually quite dirty, so I'm looking forward to seeing just what these products can do to a somewhat protected surface. So having got to grips with the products on a personal level, I feel like it's time to dive into a little bit of specific product testing. And what I'm going to do here, instead of a pour test, is I'm going to do a spray test. I've got 3 different dilutions that are recommended on the bottle, 1 to 10, which you've just seen me apply, 1 to 30, and then 1 to 50. And the objective of this is to try and see what kind of level of grime each of these solutions can remove from a somewhat dirty panel. The instructions on the bottle tell you to allow the product to dwell for up to 5 minutes and then pressure rinse the area clean, removing all debris, dirt and grime. So as I speed you up here, I may as well make note that the temperature that I'm doing this is around about 15 to 16 degrees, and as you can see I got to about 3.5, nearly 4 minutes before I felt the product was starting to dry out and I wanted to get it off the panel. Originally I was hoping to get a similar result as what you do with a pour test, where I would let the panel dry out and you could visibly see the lines where the product's been. Now because I've only sprayed it on, clearly this hasn't happened, so the only way to see how much cleaning has actually been done is to just wet the panel up again. I've got some cotton wool, and I'm going to do some swipe tests. Now I have left the bottles on the ground exactly where I sprayed them so that I don't swipe over a clean part of the car unless I'm doing the clean swipe test. Now this isn't by no means an accurate way of testing how much the product can clean, it just gives myself a visual representation. When we come in to look at the freeze frame in just a wee minute at the before shots, which we're going to see just now, and there is some dirt on the panels, not a great deal of dirt there, but nevertheless there is still some dirt. I can now think about going and getting some more cotton wool, which I'm using because I've ran out of the wife's makeup pads, and do the clean swipe test and see what kind of results we come up with here. We can look at them both side by side so that we have a visual comparison between how dirty the panel was and how dirty it is after the citrus pre-wash. And we can see in all areas that good work's been done by the pre-wash. On the back door, what I want to test is spraying the pre-wash on at 1 to 10, letting it dwell for the 3 to 4 minutes that I got the last time, and then layering some snow foam over the top to give a little bit of added cleaning power, but more importantly some added dwell time to the citrus pre-wash to see if it has a greater effect on the product and to essentially test how much additional dwell time you can get if you're using the Parma Violet Snowfoam. Generally for me, coloured snowfoams tend not to do a lot of cleaning. We will test that theory later on in the video, but for now the purpose of the snowfoam is purely for a little bit of fun factor, but also to extend the dwell time of the citrus pre-wash. I've used it in the new MJJC foam cannon, but what you can see straight away is that there is the similar problem that the old MJJC foam cannon had, where it applies very thickly and you start to get that separation of the foam as it runs down the car. In this instance, using the MJJC foam cannon, I only actually got an extra 3 minutes worth of dwell time. I didn't bother to do a before swab, I just thought I would do an after, and we can see that there's not a lot of dirt left on the panel to deal with for the contact wash, which I'm very pleased about. So the citrus with the snowfoam has massively helped in this instance. However, we also need to take into consideration that that was a back door, and back doors tend not to be as dirty as the front half of the vehicle. Now that I've turned the car around, we can get on to some snowfoam testing, which I'm sure everybody's been waiting for, because let's face it, do we really think that a coloured snowfoam can actually clean? So what I've done is I've taken some before swabs here. You can see that the front door very dirty, back door still quite dirty, and I'm going to apply the snowfoam 2 ways. Based on my earlier round of testing with the citrus, I felt that the MJJC foam cannon made the foam run off a little bit too quickly. So I've separated the solution. I've got some in the MJJC foam cannon, and then I've got some in the KDN detailing foam cannon, and I can do a bit of a comparison and see if the foam cannon really causes any issues here. Straight away we can see that the MJJC side is falling off the car a lot quicker as we're in this sped up footage, but realistically I'm only getting about 3 to 3.5 minutes worth of dwell time before I felt it was time to get this rinsed off, and it does state on the bottle allow 5 to 10 minutes worth of dwell time before rinsing off, so I don't know if 3 to 4 minutes is going to do too much work here. The other problem that I have with this particular snowfoam is in the instructions, where it tells you to place up to 2 inches of the product into your Autobrite snowfoam lance. I get that they want you to use their products, but I don't have an Autobrite snowfoam lance, and putting 2 inches of product into the MJJC foam cannon takes almost 300ml of product. Nevertheless, looking at the before and afters just there, it actually looks like the snowfoam's done a little bit of work. However, as I look down the panel, I don't know if it's going to come across on the TV right now, but I can still see the 2 lines where I've taken the swipes. So I'm going to get the citrus back out and see if we can get rid of those lines. I've got my 1 to 10 already mixed up of the citrus, so I'm going to spray that over both the doors. I'm going to allow it the 3 to 4 minutes worth of dwell time, and then I'm going to put the Parma Violet Snowfoam over the top for some additional dwell time and see how we get on. I do still feel that this snowfoam is a bit more of a fun factor snowfoam than a dedicated snowfoam if you really want to go out and clean your car. What this snowfoam is going to do is it's going to get you noticed if you're using it as a mobile valeter, or if you want the neighbours talking about you. This is a product that you want to really try. The citrus wash, on the other hand, I found was a very capable car wash product, and I'm very impressed with it, and I'm going to continue to use it in my regular maintenance regime on my own vehicles. All that's left for me to do now is say I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching as always. If you do like this kind of content, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.